Well, happy New Year to everyone. Here we are, 1/1/21. Yeah, we all made it. We made it through 2020. And I said that I would do 100 days of breakthrough and would get to day one today. I'm not going to make it ground zero. I'm going to make it day one. And let's make this the launching pad for our entire year. And one of the things as Christians that we have, people who don't believe New Year is a once a year event, but in many respects we can make every day New Year. We can put hope and expectation and belief for breakthrough in every day of our lives. And that's what many of us are seeking to do. So what to say today? Well, here's what I want to say. When I preached the end of my time at Bethel, of course I go back there now and I'm still on the team, but I preached that last message, and my last point of that 15-point message was taken from Luke chapter 4. And I believe it's a great way to live this year, start and live out this year. And I was looking for my last point. I wanted a 15th point. I'd been 15 points, 15 years, and I was looking for my point. And I was getting ready to preach another message actually, and I was reading for Isaiah 61, and I thought, let's just have a look at when Jesus said it, just doing a little comparison, and I noticed something. And I believe that it's really, really key for our breakthrough. And it says this, it says of Jesus, it says, Jesus returned to Nazareth, where he was brought up. And I believe that this is a year of us returning to where we were brought up. Now, I'm not talking about the street, the house. I'm talking not even about the land. I'm talking about the foundations. I'm talking about what's in the land, in the ground, in our history, in our DNA. It's time to return to where we were brought up. And then it says of Jesus, and he stood up. He stood up. It's time for us to return to where we were brought up and stand up. The Aussies have tall poppy syndrome, where they basically say that if anyone rises above the crowd, someone will cut them down to size. And I've always joked that us Brits and maybe Europeans don't need anyone's help. We cut ourselves down. Put ourselves down. It's time for us to stand up where we were brought up. That's what it's time to do. And I want to encourage every one of you, check your history, check the DNA of your part of the world. See, when I think about here in Europe, I think about our foundation. I think about our history. There isn't a country in Europe that you can visit and not find out that there was a reformer, a creative, a Renaissance man and woman, somebody who was leading revival. Every nation, every time I've been to an Awakening Europe, there's always been someone in that country that I was able to grab hold of what was in the ground, the DNA. That's what I encourage you to do. As you press in for your breakthrough, stand up where you were brought up, especially us Brits. The thing about America, did I get what I came here for? One of the things about America is they have confidence. The cab driver believes he's going to change the world. And it's time that we got that. Every one of us, not just Americans, but Brits, Europeans, the Aussies, the South Americans, the Asians. It's time that we all got it. And that we all stood up where we were brought up and stand on our history, stand on that. I think of this country. I think of the Wigglesworth, the Wesley. I think of the William Booth. I think of the Spurgeon. I think of the Whitfield. I think of these giants. You go somewhere like Ireland and you find even in the saints, St. Patrick, this incredible history. We have history, we have foundation. Let's stand on it. Let's stand on it. Let's stand on our history, on our revival history, our Reformation history. We have a long history. And it's something that is really, really important to us. And let's do that. So I want to encourage you as we head into this year. This is going to be a great year. 2021 is going to be a great year. My word for this year is that I believe that we are going to have keys this year, and the keys that you use to open doors will be the keys that you walk in authority in 2022. Choose your keys, pick your keys. These last few days I've said, haven't I? What's the weakness you need to overcome? What's the strength you're going to build on? What's the opportunity you're going to expand into? And what's the threat you're going to defend against? I want to tell you this, keep it simple. Keep it simple this year. Pick things off one at a time. And I want to suggest this to you, stand up. Come on, where we were brought up. Stand on the ground of Wigglesworth and Whitfield and Wesley and Spurgeon and Booth. Stand on that territory, on that ground, and let's believe that we can play our part, that we can be history makers and world changers in 2021. Your breakthrough lies the other side of you standing up. I tell you this, I've preached that message in many places. I preached it in Bethel. The front row were standing on their chairs, not just standing up. There have been times when I've preached it in other places, and I've had to ask people to stand up. It's time. It's our time, your time, my time. Let's stand on our great, great history. Let's believe that God can use us for our breakthrough and for the breakthrough of others. I want to wish you a happy new year. I won't be doing an everyday Insta Live necessarily. I'm actually going to start doing some Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to unpack some of my quadrants. I don't know how many I'll do, but I got a lot of them. I'm just going to talk about them a little bit, and I'll carry on doing, of course, some Insta Lives. I may well pick up another run, another series. But come on, let's stand up where we were brought up and believe that we can change the world, because we can. God bless you. Happy, happy, happy 2021. It's going to be a good one. It really is. This is the times that great men and women are made, and who shine and who appear. Times like this.